Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a story that pretty much everyone has heard of, often talked about for, let's say, its more provocative elements.
Right.
But our sources, well, they suggest there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. We're talking, of course, about 50 Shades of Grey.
Exactly. And, for so many people, it just means romance, desire, maybe something edgy.
Sure.
But when you really dig into the source material, like we did, you find this quite profound exploration.
Of what specifically?
Well, power dynamics, for one. Big time. Personal boundaries, emotional wounds, really deep ones.
Okay.
And that, universal search we all have for genuine connection, especially in a world where people hide behind masks.
So this isn't just us recounting the plot.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's more like an exploration guided by the sources. We're really trying to dissect this narrative, look into the shadows a bit.
Yeah, the seduction, sure, but also the vulnerability.
Yeah.
And that really tricky balance between control and, well, freedom.
What we want to understand, using what the sources tell us, isn't just what happens,
Right.
but how these events are presented to maybe show some deeper truths about relationships, about trauma.
And that exploration, it really starts with the characters themselves. Anastasia Steele Anna.
Anna, yeah.
The sources paint her very clearly. She's modest, intelligent, in a quiet way, a college student.
Kind of introspective, lost in her books.
Exactly. Leading a pretty simple life, and then bam. Her world collides with Christian Grey.
Ah, Christian. Introduced as this major business figure, powerful, charismatic.
And very mysterious.
Definitely mysterious. Their first meeting, though, it's quite awkward, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Formal, a bit stilted, but the sources highlight something interesting there.
What's that?
Her sincerity, her complete lack of pretense. It catches him off guard.
Disarms him, you could say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And that sets the stage for this, well, very unconventional connection they develop.
It's compelling how her genuineness, which is so different from his world,
Totally different.
seems to immediately start poking holes in that perfect controlled image he projects.
Right. It's not just a cute meeting. It's like these opposing forces colliding. Her innocence becomes this disruptive element in his very ordered life.
And then the sources get into his pursuit of her, which is quite something.
Oh, it's intense, almost theatrical, like you said.
Showing up at her job, the hardware store.
For cable ties and rope, no less.
Right. And sending these incredibly rare books, turning up at her graduation.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like just a guy falling for a girl. It feels strategic, possessive even.
Well, yeah. And this is before the famous contract even comes up.
So what does that tell you? That calculated approach about his need for control?
It tells you almost everything, doesn't it? The material shows Christian operates entirely on his own terms. He's setting the rules before she even knows they're playing a game.
He doesn't do normal.
Absolutely not. So when Anna, predictably, starts falling for him, he doesn't ask her out properly. He doesn't suggest they date.
No, he gives her a document.
A contract. A contract. Instead of, I don't know, flowers.
Exactly. And the sources are crystal clear on this point. This contract, it isn't about romance in any traditional sense.
No, it's laid out. Consent, dominance, submission, total control.
And that key phrase, you mentioned it, comes directly from the source material. Emotions are not on the table. Explicitly.
Which, for you listening, just immediately raises the question, how does the story actually handle that? Can you really keep emotions out?
Does that rule hold? Or does it just inevitably start to break down? That's where the real, deeper story starts.
Because Anna's reaction,
Yeah.
she's stunned, right?
Completely. She's naive in some ways, definitely romantic, and this proposition is just alien.
But also maybe thrilling.
Undeniably, there's a pull. So she's poring over this legal document, trying to understand this world where pleasure is linked to discipline, where control is presented as a kind of intimacy.
It challenges everything she thought she knew about relationships.
Absolutely. And Christian, as the sources show him, he's patient, but
Yeah.
he's also very firm. He offers her the world, essentially. Luxury, safety, attention.
Everything. If she agrees to his terms.
But love.
That's the one thing he states very clearly, according to the sources, he cannot give her.
And she doesn't just sign on the dotted line immediately.
No, she needs time. She needs to understand him, understand this. So she starts spending time with him, sort of testing the waters of this very strange, very seductive arrangement.
So as they start this relationship, I guess you'd call it.
Unconventional relationship, yeah.
He starts initiating her into his world, The rules, the physical side.
Mm-hmm. And the source material goes into detail here. It shows how this strict framework of rules, ironically, pushes Anna into this really rapid self-discovery.
So it's not just about his desires.
No, it becomes a crucible for her. She's forging her own boundaries, figuring out her own desires, often through feeling uncomfortable. The rules become like a mirror, showing her things about herself.
And then a really crucial thing happens as she gets deeper into his world.
She starts finding out about his past.
Yes. The sources are careful to reveal this bit by bit. How Christians' need for control, especially in intimacy.
It isn't just a kink, is it?
No, not just a preference. It's shown as a direct response to, well, severe childhood trauma.
It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
A way to keep order because his early life was so chaotic and damaging.
And that shifts your understanding, doesn't it? It's not just fantasy anymore. It's rooted in some deep psychological stuff.
Exactly. And despite himself, despite the rules,
He starts showing affection.
yeah, the sources show clear signs.
Yeah.
Buying her a car, flying across the country just for a short visit, he starts opening up just a crack, more than he apparently ever has before.
But Anna wants more than cracks. She wants honesty, real connection.
Depth, yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to know the person underneath the expensive suits and the control, not just the lifestyle, but his actual heart.
Which leads to that central question. Can you really connect with someone who keeps everything important locked away?
Behind steel doors, as the saying goes.
Their relationship just becomes this constant push and pull, doesn't it?
An intense tug of war. She's reaching for emotional openness. He's pulling back into self-protection mode.
He keeps testing her limits.
And she's struggling to figure out where her own lines are, what she can accept.
The moments of connection are there, though. The sources describe them as incredibly intense.
Oh, definitely. Passionate, vulnerable sometimes.
But always undercut by that tension, that emotional silence from him.
And the material shows Anna really trying hard to bridge that gap.
How so?
She tries to fully enter his world, understand what he needs. She even agrees to test the very limits of his dominant side.
Why? What's her thinking there?
Hoping, maybe, that if she goes all the way in, she'll finally reach the real vulnerable person hidden inside.
And this leads to that really pivotal moment. For her emotional journey, anyway.
Yeah, when she asks him to show her the extreme, the worst of it, so to speak.
And he does.
He complies. The sources are clear. It's because she asks, not out of, like, malice.
But the result for her is...
Devastating. Emotionally devastating. Her experience becomes this huge paradox. Intense passion mixed with this feeling of being disconnected, incomplete.
It challenges her sense of self-worth.
Deeply. And what's really striking is what she realizes in that moment.
What does she realize?
She sees that his need for control, for discipline, it all comes from that deep unresolved pain.
Okay.
But more importantly, she realizes something crucial about herself.
Which is?
That she can't keep sacrificing her own emotional needs, her own well-being, for a connection that ultimately makes her feel small, unworthy.
So with a heavy heart, as the sources put it.
She walks away.
And this isn't shown as her being weak.
Quite the opposite. The sources frame it as an act of profound strength, self-preservation.
Her big realization is that real love, genuine love, needs trust. It needs vulnerability, balance.
Not just physical intensity or a legal agreement.
And Christian, where does that leave him?
Well, he's left to face what the source material reveals as a painful truth for him.
Which is?
That control, no matter how complete he thought it was, it just can't replace real connection.
Those walls he built.
They might keep pain out, but they also keep love out. That fundamental human need for connection. You can't escape it.
So when you look at it through the lens of our sources, 50 Shades of Grey really becomes something more than just, a steamy novel.
Much more. It's this deep dive into emotional trauma, into figuring out who you are, that journey of identity.
And that universal desire we all have, right? To be truly seen, understood.
Yeah. And Anna's decision to leave, it becomes this powerful statement about finding yourself, even when love looks completely different from the fairy tales.
Or maybe more importantly, when it doesn't meet your own fundamental needs.
Exactly. And it leaves Christian alone, forced to finally look at his past, face the fact that the very control that made him feel safe
was the thing keeping him isolated?
Precisely. Keeping him from the connection he actually secretly craved all along.
So it makes you think, if true connection really requires us to take off the masks, unlock the steel doors, what hidden contracts might you be dealing with in your own life?
Good question. What unspoken rules might be shaping your relationships? And maybe what would it take to rewrite them to allow for real vulnerability, real balance?